So here we are kicking off the first Blood Bowl match on Geeks Wargaming. We have a classic matchup of Orcs versus humans. We've rolled to see what the weather is like. That's generally one of the first rolls that you do, and the weather is nice. And the Orcs have won the coin toss, so they have decided to receive. That means that the humans, being the defending team, set up first. Here are my humans on this side here, and obviously the Orcs on this side. The Orcs offensive line currently looks like a Blitzer, Black Orc, Blitzer. We've got a star player on the pitch for this exhibition match. We've got Varag, Ghoul Chewer. We've got another Blitzer, another Black Orc, Blitzer, lineman, and the thrower to pick up the ball. My defensive setup is lineman, ogre, lineman. Across the middle, these are all 4 blitzers. On the wing I have a lineman. I have my thrower here. I have my star player is Griff Oberwald, and he is ready to steal the ball from the Orcs in the centre. And then on my far wing here I have my catcher. So the first thing that we need to do is roll on the kickoff table. No, it's not.
Kick the ball first.
We've got to kick the ball first.
Kick the ball first.
So let's kick the ball. If I can have a D8, please. The ball is going to be placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will place the ball here, and we scatter from that location. So it's a 7 and a 3. So a 7 is pointing back in this direction. So it's 1, 2, 3. That is the point where the ball will land. So this is the location of the ball. We now roll on the kickoff table and see what the result is. So we have a 6, and a 6 on the kickoff table is cheering fans. Each coach rolls a D3 and adds their team's fame. Because it's an exhibition match, we've both decided that we'll have no fame. That is a roll that you make in league play, but we're not using that rule. Whoever wins the D3 roll off basically gets an extra re-roll. So I got a 4 and Dan got a 1. So I am now up to 4 re-rolls for this half, and Dan is still on his 3. So that's good for me. The ball will now bounce as it lands. So it's an 8, so an 8 scatters it directly here. So that is now on to turn 1 for the Orcs.
1, 2, 3, 4. So
Dan is obviously just trying to cover the ball off first of all. It's best in Blood Bowl to do your safe plays first. What are you doing next, Dan?
I'm going to block.
Who are you blocking?
The Blitzer onto your lineman.
Okay, so the Blitzer has the block skill, so he can knock down my player on a both down result and not get knocked down himself. Because he has this Black Orc here, which isn't in any tackle zones, the Blitzer is actually +1 strength. So usually this would be a 1 die block, so they're both 3 strength, but that assist makes it a 4 strength to a 3 strength. So that means that Dan gets to roll 2 dice. So he's got a double push, so Dan can now choose anywhere in these 3 squares to push my player back to, and he can follow up if he wishes.
I'm going to push him there, and I'm going to stay.
Okay, so the best thing to do when you're playing Blood Bowl against somebody is to turn your player around to show that that player has actually activated, so you don't do any double moves really. What are you doing next, Dan?
Same again on the other side, blitzing across to the lineman. So
again a 2 die block. So this result here, which you can probably not see very well, I'll try and lift it up to the camera. That is the both down result, and that is if you have the block skill, you can still knock down the player in his spot, and you don't get knocked down yourself. When your players get knocked down, you roll to see if you break their armour. So do you want to roll that? Right, so Dan's got very lucky there. He's rolled a 10. The armour of my lineman is armour 8. To break their armour, you have to roll above their armour, so he'd have to roll a 9 on 2d6. So, Dan, do you want to now see what you do to him? He's rolled a 6, which is stunned, so that means that my player is placed face down and he cannot take part in my next turn. He just sort of rolls over at the end of it to recover. And his blitzer is now activated.
And then I'm going to go finally for your ogre.
Okay, so Varag is actually a strength 4 against my ogre, which is strength 5. However, he's now got 2 assists because he's pushed this guy back and this guy's knocked down. So he's actually now technically strength 6, so he gets 2 dice. And it's a... this result is a knockdown result, but it's a stumbles result. So if my player had the dodge skill, he would just be pushed back. Unfortunately, my ogre has not got the dodge skill, so he gets knocked back again in the 3 squares directly behind him because he's being pushed directly there. So where do you want to place him, Dan?
Straight back.
So he'll be placed straight back. Do you want to follow?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay. And you want to roll for armour?
Yep.
So Dan is getting extremely lucky on the dice. So my ogre has armour 9, and Dan has just rolled a 10, so he's actually penetrated my armour on my ogre, which is actually the highest armour value in the game apart from my Morgenthau, who's a star player ogre. So let's see what you do to him. Okay, that's just a 7, which is a stunned result, which was the same.
Mighty Blow makes it an 8.
Right, okay, Mighty Blow does make it an 8. However, my player has an ability called Thick Skull, which means that he only gets knocked out on the roll of a 9. So if he was knocked out, he'd be off the pitch in my dugout, and he'd have to try and recover at the next time there is a new setup. What are you doing next then, Dan?
I'm going to attempt to pick up the ball.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 to the ball.
Yeah.
If I get it, 5, and then
go
go
for it. Okay.
So
the player's movement is 5, so you can move your maximum movement, but if you want to push it a bit to try and get an extra square, every player can do an additional 2 moves, but they have to roll for it, and they have to roll a 2 up for each one of those moves that they do. First of all, Dan's got to pick up the ball, so his agility is 3, which means that he will need a 3+ to pick up the ball. And he's got it. If he'd failed that, a thrower actually has the sure hands skill, which means that you can re-roll your pick-up attempt, but he didn't need to use that.
5, 6.
Okay, so now he needs to roll for his go for it. Roll a 1. No, he rolls a 6, so he is safe there. What are you doing next, Dan?
Right, I'm going to drop him back 2 squares.
Okay.
I don't like it. I'm going to move him across.
Okay.
And move him across.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put one, 2 there. And he's going to blitz.
Okay, who are you blitzing?
And he's going to blitz him.
Okay, so he's blitzing my blitzer. So a blitz action is something you can do once per turn, and that is when you move and block, or block and then move straight afterwards. You can only do it, as I said, once per turn. Again, he's getting the strength, an extra strength assist from this guy, so he's actually now strength 4. That is against my blitzer, but Dan has rolled what's known as a POW in the business, which means that he just punches him in the face as hard as he can, and my blitzer goes down.
Straight.
So he's going straight back. Because this player is there, he only had choice of those 2 squares to push him back into. You can't push into an occupied square. Do you want to roll to see what the armour is? Okay, so he's for the first time he's failed to break my armour. I'm quite happy about that.
Right, so the Blitz was his third movement.
Yeah.
I'm not following.
Okay. So an Orc Blitzer can move 6. So he can actually move another 2 squares because it costs you 1 square of movement to blitz.
Straight there.
So he's decided to move forward and cover off my thrower. Anything else? You still have 1 black orc active.
Yep. He's just going to go... One, 2, 3, 4 there.
Okay. Right, so that's everything activated on Dan's side there. So it's now over to my turn 1. What you don't see on the camera is me moving my turn markers. You have to make sure that you move your turn markers, obviously, because it shows you what turn you're on, but there is a rule in the game which is called a legal procedure, and if you were to start moving your team before you've moved your turn counter on, then your opponent can call an illegal procedure, which means that they would then get a re-roll. However, I don't think anyone plays that rule because it is really easy to forget moving your turn marker on. So
it also affects things like moving too far and not going for it and stuff like that, anything illegal.
Yeah, so there's quite a few things which are illegal procedures, but yeah, generally, you know, we're playing a friendly game. Some tournaments that you go to will enforce illegal procedures, but most of them don't, so we don't generally play it. Okay, so it's on to my turn. So these 2 guys, all they can do is roll over. Technically you're supposed to do this at the end of your turn, but I'll just do it now. So they are recovering. I think my Blitzer here is going to stand up. Because he's in a tackle zone here of this guy, if I wanted to move away I'd have to perform a dodge, which is a 3+ roll for a agility 3 player. It's a little bit risky, so I don't really want to do it. Plus he's given my thrower an assist here. So my thrower can actually block his Blitzer and be strength 4. It's not something I'm going to do yet, but I'll probably do a little bit later in the turn. My priority is to try and crack open his cage here to try and put some pressure on his ball while sort of covering off the rest of the pitch here so he can't sort of make any runs through. So let's have a think about that. I think I am going to actually do something quite bold, which is blitz with my star player. I say it's bold because star players all have loner skills, which means that they're not part of the team, so you can't actually easily use team re-rolls on any move they do. You can still do it, but you have to roll a 4+ to see if you're allowed to use the re-roll, so it's a little bit risky. However, Griff Overworld is very quick and he is strong, so he is unlikely to fail his action, but you watch, he'll fail it now. So Griff moves 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'd need to go for it to blitz him. The reason why I'm thinking about targeting this guy is because he hasn't got the block skill, so it's easier to knock him down than this guy that's closer. However, I will have to do a go for it roll. Griff Overworld has actually got an ability called Sure Feet, which means that he can actually re-roll his go for it rolls. So I've got a 2+, but it's a re-rollable 2+ on that. So I think I'm going to do that because to blitz, as I said, I've got to -1 off the movement. That's why, even though I can get there on a 7, I've got to roll a go for it to actually be able to do the blitz. So let's just count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's there and he'll go for it and blitz. So he's passed and he is going to block on 2 dice because he's strength 4 against strength 3, and both of those results would result in this guy getting punched. So I'm going to push him back to here, and Griff is going to yeah, I'm going to follow up to there. The reason why I'm doing that is putting a tackle zone on the ball carrier, so it will be slightly trickier for him to get away. Let's roll to see if I penetrate the armour, which I don't on a roll of a 3. My next move, I want to put some pressure on that ball carrier really, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or I could do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am then standing next to a black orc that can punch me for free, so I think I'm just going to stand here as originally counted. So my next move, I'm going to do some assisting. So I don't want to make it easy for this player to punch him off. He can move this guy across to get an assist, so I'm going to move my blitzer to put that to counter that assist. It's still pretty easy for him to punch out of this, but I'm just trying to pressurise him at the moment. So my catcher, I'm just going to come and sort of move up to sort of create some tackle zones around here. I don't really want to get my catcher engaged in a fight, and the reason for that is my catcher is only strength 2, and also he is armor value 7, so he can't really take a punch, so you don't really want to get him punched at all. So the next move that I want to do is to cover my field here. So I've got these two guys on the wing. Most of the orcs are over this side, so they're a little bit out of place there. So I'm going to move them more into the central area where I can get some coverage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are 6 here. So lineman move 6.
See, I thought you'd left the field open for me, just to...
Yeah, no problem at all. Just let you grind down the centre of the pitch. Not a problem at all. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yep, I'll move him to there. And now my thrower is going to throw a block, and he's +1 strength because of the assist from this guy, as I said earlier. And I've got a push or a skull. A skull is never good, it's by rolling a 1, and that means that my player goes down, so I'm going to choose the push instead. So I will push him there, and my player has been activated. That leaves me with just this one guy here. He is in this orc's tackle zone. This orc is a black orc who is strength 4. My guy is strength 3. I've got no assists. I don't want to punch him. So I'm basically leaving him there to get punched in the face, because I don't want an orc, a black orc, to be free there really. So that is my turn over.
Okay, so turning all my players around to show that it's my turn and nobody's moved. Okay, and so begins the turn. First thing, I'm going to stand him up. Costs 3 movement to stand somebody up, just so you know. So he's going to stand up and stay there because I don't want him dodging away or anything. Big problem. 2 guys on the ball carrier. Never good. These 2 are standing up next turn, so gotta get away. Okay. His strength what?
4.
4. I'm gonna blitz.
Okay.
Eventually I'm gonna blitz. Not right now. Or do I do it now? I suppose I've got to do it now. Alright, I'm gonna blitz with him into Griff.
Okay. So you get 1 assist from this guy, so you're technically strength 5.
Yep. So dangerous roll.
It's a dangerous roll because I've got more skills than him.
Pow!
But he manages to pow me down anyway. Now Griff has the fend skill, which means that he can't actually follow up on this move, but he can still choose where to punch me.
It's going there.
Okay. Roll for his armour.
Added his armour.
Armour value 8. Most humans are out. Well, all humans are armour 8 apart from the catchers. So he's only rolled a 6, so he hasn't broke my armour. Thank goodness. Last time I played with Griff, he took a chainsaw to the face on turn 2 and died. That wasn't fun. What's your next move?
He's not moving. He's staying there. Even on the blitz, he ain't gonna try and dodge. Right. Now I'm gonna block with the blitzer on your blitzer.
Okay. So here, I am getting an assist from this player, which makes him strength 4. However, this blitzer is strength 4 because of this guy, so they're equal, and he's now strength 5 because he managed to get Griff away. So that will be a 2-die block from the blitzer. He has rolled a pushback or a both down. Now the both down would have no effect because they've both got the block skill, so his only option really, if he wants to clear him away from the ball carrier, is do a pushback.
Which he's going to do.
So the pushback, his only options are these 2 squares, so he wants to really push him to there, so then the ball carrier is completely free from tackle zones.
And he's going to
follow?
No, he's going to stay.
Okay.
He's going to stay. So the ball carrier's free to go wherever he pleases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to go there.
Okay. Dropping the ball on the way. Butterfingers.
Put some strength in him. 1, 2, 3. Build that cage. Build that cage.
Typical orc tactic is to build a cage around your ball carrier and just grind your opposition into the end zone.
And then that last one is going to go there. Nice and safe once again.
Yeah.
I'm going to just plop him there. And then I'm going to put the Black Orc 2 places over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've just got this one remaining Black Orc.
And he's going to smoosh him.
I thought he would.
Not with that roll. Oh, it's a push.
It's a push.
I thought it was a skull. I thought it was going to be a skull.
Yeah. So because he's pushing him from this angle, he gets to choose one of these 3 squares, but again, because there's this blitzer, it'll be just one of these 2 squares on the diagonal.
Push him back there.
Okie dokie. And are you going to follow?
No.
Okie dokie.
No, I'm just going to stay.
It's a good play there because my ogre could potentially stand up next turn and he would have been able to just run into that cage. So I take it that was a good defensive play from Dan.
Yeah, I didn't want to follow. He can move.
You can tie that guy up.
And then start getting complicated back here.
Yeah, right, okay, so that is now on to my turn. 2. So the first thing that I'm going to do is turn around all of my players, so we know who has gone. So again, I want to try and harass that cage. So I'm going to put some assists over there. I'm probably going to attack this corner piece here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get my lineman here as an assist. And I'm going to be blitzing with this blitzer. I'm not sure I'm going to do that first though. I just want to look at the field because now he's moved his cage to this side. My team is kind of out of position again. I'm going to stand this guy up just to be a bit of a meat shield.
Smooshing man.
To get smooshed. My ogre is going to attempt to stand up. Now, ogres, most big guys, so that's sort of these ogres, trolls, minotaurs, any player like that, generally have a negative trait which affects their ability to perform an action. So you have to make a dice roll before they do anything. An ogre's got something called bonehead, which means that they're pretty stupid, don't know what they're doing. So in order for them to do any action, you have to roll a 2+. First of all, so let's see if he decides to wake up.
Oh! So
typically it's a 1. So my ogre is lying down on the floor thinking, what am I actually doing here? Am I playing a game of Blood Bowl? Maybe not, don't know. So that was a little bit irritating there, but that's what happens. That means that this Black Orc is now free to do whatever he wants. I'm going to move my catcher into a more defensive position. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to sort of cover off the middle. He's available to pick up the ball anywhere if it scatters. He can run in and get it. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to knock the ball out of the hands this turn, unless I do some crazy dodges, which I'm not going to do. Okay, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my alignment is moving over this way. And my blitzer is going to do the blitz. So 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 because of the blitz action. Get the 2d6, well 2 block dice because he's technically strength 4 because of the assist. And both of those results are good enough to knock down the blitzer. I'm going to actually push him into here because he's kind of tripping over all of his own players then, and I'm going to follow up. Let's roll to see if I get through his armour. Hopefully I will. Ooh, it's a 9. Now if this player had Mighty Blow I'd be able to get through his armour, but unfortunately I didn't. That would have been really useful. I'm going to start harassing round the back now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With my blitzer, do I want to do that? No, he's just going to get punched there.
Yes, he is.
So instead, I'm going to move him round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that gives this guy an assist so I can punch that blitzer there. And I've managed to score a both down and a defender stumbles, so the defender stumbles is enough to knock him down. So I will push him to that square there. And let's see if I can get the armour. Ah, broke his armour. So I've rolled an 11, so that's a great roll. Let's see if I can get him off the pitch. Anything above an 8 will get him off the pitch. I rolled a 6, so he is actually stunned. Yeah, I didn't declare the follow before breaking the armour, so it would have been better for me to probably follow, but I didn't really want him to stand up and be in that tackle zone. So this is why you have to declare your follow before you roll on the armour. Next move, I'm going to stand up with Griff.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
You don't want to leave him down there all day?
No, he's quite happy.
Are you
So
positive?
1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Okay, a little bit risky, but I'm thinking I might do it.
What's the movement?
His movement is 7, so you minus the 3. Minus the 3 off his movement for standing up. However, he has got sprint and sure feet, so he can do 3 go for it moves per turn opposed to the 2, and he gets to re-roll his first failed go for it roll. So I'm thinking I might do that. I'm pretty happy with the general coverage of my team here. I'm just going to move my thrower up one more space, and then I'm going to move this blitzer one space across. So then let's do this slightly dodgy move. So he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this square here, he is going into this guy's tackle zone. So he'll need to perform a dodge action to get out of the tackle zone. He is actually agility 4, so that means a 2-up. He also has the dodge skill, so I get to re-roll his failed dodges. But he's rolled a 6 anyway, so he is all good. So that was his third movement. We've got 4. So we need to go for it twice. I think that was right. He was 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's 4 to there. So this will be a go for it into this square. So it's 2 up. He's going to go for it again. Another 2 up, which he's passed, and then the last one, he's got them. So he's now actually tying up this black orc, and he's equal strength, but he's got a few skills. So Dan will probably want to get an assist on him to punch down Griff, just tying up a few of his players. And that is my last action of my turn. So it is now on to Orcs turn 3.
Right. Pressure again. I'm going to go for the block with him across to your blitzer.
So Varag is punching my blitzer, who is currently covering the ball carrier. It's a 2-die block. He is stronger, but he's not double strength. So it's a POW, so he can knock him down.
And I'm going to go over there with it.
Are you following up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll roll for the armour. 7.
So he doesn't break the armour there.
Even with Mighty Blow.
Nope.
Is that a lineman?
Yeah.
Right, the Black Orc's going to hit the lineman across from him then.
Yeah.
Right, he's gone.
And he has punched him down pretty hard.
Across the way. Armour break. I will follow with him.
Okay. He's equalled his armour, so he doesn't break it.
Damn it.
And he hasn't got Mighty Blow.
I'm going to move my... Oh, he's moved. Ah, he's moved. Right.
That one hasn't.
1, 2... No, he's staying there. I'm going to stand him up. And he was in that square there. That's 3. 4, 5.
Yep.
I'm just going to push him along. 1, 2, 3 into that corner there. I'm going to blitz.
Okay.
I'm going to blitz number 5 onto your lineman over there.
Okay.
So he's going to move 1, 2, 3 for the blitz.
Yeah.
Smoosh.
Yeah, so he's got him.
I'm going to knock him that way.
Okay.
Break his armour and send him home. There.
Are you going to follow?
Yes.
Okay. Just get his hairpiece out of the way.
Okay, he's going off the field.
No, he's not. Oh, yeah, he's going
7, 8, 9.
So he's broke his armour,
Broke
so
his
roll
armour.
on the injury table.
Let's get him off.
Yeah, he's off the table, so he has been knocked out,
Knocked out.
on a roll of a 9. So
Excellent.
at half time, or if Dan scores before half time, I will get to roll to see if that guy recovers, and I need to roll a 4+. Otherwise he pays no part in the next drive.
Okay. I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to go for something a bit dangerous. I'm going to move him forwards 2. I'm going to drop the black orc here. 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the corner. I'm going to leave that black orc where he is, just so you don't get confused. And then my last block, I'm going to try and get Griff again.
Okay.
So 2 dice. He's going down.
He's not going down because he's got the dodge skill.
Oh,
So he actually negates this result, which is defender stumbles. He just dodges out the way of the hit, so it acts like a push. He's also got the fend ability, so that means that Dan cannot follow up. So where do you want to push him to?
I'm going to push him there.
Pushing him here, so he's still got a tackle zone on him, so if I want to do any action with him, he's got to dodge. So that is the end of the Orc's turn, and it's on to my turn. However, that guy needs to roll over. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do on my turn is just stand up my Blitzer. I'm also going to stand up my lineman. I'm considering standing up the ogre and blitzing this guy, but generally those types of moves go wrong because ogres never play ball. Because of that negative trait that they have, an experienced Blood Bowl coach will generally use them last. Unless they're tempted by something. So I'm quite tempted by that. Just weighing up the options. He's kind of got a lot of my team pinned down apart from over this side, but the ball is here. I'm kind of engaged in fights that I don't really want to be engaged in, so what I'd like to do is again pressurise his ball carrier, so he has to then use some of his players to support getting rid of the people that are sitting on his ball carrier rather than just smashing through my line. So I think I've got to do this play through my ogre really. It's the only thing that I can see on at the moment. So yeah, let's see if I can do this blitz with the ogre. So Bonehead, he is passed on a 4. He just needs a 2 up, so he stands up and he does his blitz. So this orc is getting assist from him, so this orc is technically strength 5. However, I'm getting an assist from my lineman that I stood up, so my ogre is technically strength 6, so I can block him on 2 dice. And we have a cock.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I have got the big POW, which is what I needed. So I'm going to smash the black orc to here, and I am going to follow up. So now he has a strength 5 player sitting on his ball carrier, which nobody wants. The ogre is going to see if he breaks the black orc's armour, which he doesn't, even though he's got a mighty blow. Didn't roll high enough. Okay, so I need to try and make it awkward for him now. So I'm going to move my catcher round to here to give an assist to my thrower. Two, three, four. Yep. So I'm going to move this one here, and I'm going to. Sorry, ogre's taking an action. I'm going to move this guy into that gap there. This one is going to move up. This is risky because these are a lower strength than the Black Orcs. However, they all have the block skill. So I'm relying on Dan rolling badly when he tries to punch me, which doesn't always work, but you can at least try. Okay, so I think I am going to do a reasonably risky move, but it will help me out in in Dan's next turn if I do. So my thrower is going to do a 2-die block against the Blitzer. The reason for this is I want to follow up and tie up this Blitzer so he can't get any assists in his next turn. So we're going to do that. So fortunately I do get the block that I needed. So I'm going to push him to here. The reason why I'm pushing him there is because the catcher is actually still got him in a tackle zone. Let's roll to see if we get the armour. This would be lovely if I break his armour.
Oh.
And I do break his armour. That is perfect. And he is just stunned. It could have been better, but I'll take that. I will definitely take that. I rode my luck there somewhat. Now Griff is the only guy that has not activated yet. So Griff is going to make a dodge to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So he's going to do his dodge. 2+, which he gets. So he is going round to here to harass the other star player, Vareg. Vareg is strength 4, so this is fairly even. Now the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to try and get a cheeky block off from my my lineman. It is risky, but if it pays off, if it works, it could be quite good because I can get another tackle zone on the ball carrier. So I think I'm going to do that. So this is just a 1 dice block. In effect, for this to work out for me, I need to roll basically it's the equivalent of rolling a 3+, and that would just be to push the guy back. So let's try that. It's a skull. So basically I've rolled a 1. Now fortunately I've got 4 rerolls, so I am going to use a reroll on that.
Come on. Oh.
Yes. So we've knocked him down. The mighty star player has been felled. And I'm going to follow up just to harass the ball carrier again. Let's see if we break his armour. This would be lovely, wouldn't it? Absolutely lovely. No. But no, don't break it. Right, so that was my last action. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a ruckus going on pretty much in the middle of the field. It's still anybody's game. So let's move on to Orcs turn 4.
Right. Okay. Turn 4. Turn 4.
Got to start moving up the pitch now.
Got to start moving up the pitch, but it's a bit hard when you've got humans all over the ball. So
there's an ogre as well.
There's an ogre, and he's got some big fists.
He has.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is move my lineman 1, 2, 3. 3 places.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to jump up and hit your lineman there.
Okay.
So I need a dice to make it.
So this is a 2. It's a 2+. It's an agility roll with a 2+ modifier, so it's a 2+, which he just about does. So that means that he can jump up and block, and it doesn't count as a blitz.
She's gonna jump up, really angry, and was that guy the one who smashed him in the face last time?
It was, yeah.
Yep. He's gonna smoosh him.
Gonna punch him. So
across that way.
Okay.
And he will follow.
Yep.
And then he's going to smash his armour.
Nah, he's not going to get through.
Stomp on his head.
No chance. Told you. Snake eyes.
Mighty blow though, yeah?
Yeah, I'll give you mighty blow 3 times.
Yeah. Alright, he's going to stand up. Just back him up 1. Yeah. Just stand him up there.
Okay.
I don't fear the ogre, he's saying. Showed him his backside. He's scared of the ogre, really. Ogres are very scary. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maximum movement of a black orc. Okay, pretty much everything from this point is very dangerous. So, start with the safest dangerous move. We're going to go with the blitz. It's going from him to there.
Okay.
So he's going to blitz.
2 die, yeah.
Yep.
That's not what you wanted.
That is not what I wanted. I am going to re-roll and it's probably going to hurt me bad.
Let's hope so. Double skulls. Oh, he's got it.
Smoosh. Down that way.
So the reason why Dan re-rolled that was because he got a skull and he got a both down result. So the both down would have meant that nothing happened, and the skull would have meant that he knocks himself down. So in order for him to be able to use his blitz, really, he had to re-roll that to try and get something.
Armor break on there, he's not following, obviously.
Okay. It's equalled his armour, he hasn't got mighty blow.
Right, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going there. Okay, before I run out of luck, my ball carrier is going to dodge.
Wow, okay.
He's going to dodge. He's dodging that way.
Risky. Use that re-roll.
I know, that's why I didn't want it, but I've got to get him away.
So 3+ to dodge.
So he's going there. Let's decide if he falls over.
Come on, fall over. Ah, he's
Yes.
made it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Safely away.
So safe he chucks the ball off the pitch.
Pop pitch. Yep. Another risky move now. My blitzer is going to dodge.
Okay.
He's going to dodge that way.
Yep.
For 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Yep.
So to there. Come on.
Oh, he's failed. And because he's used his re-roll, that means that he cannot re-roll again this turn. So I get to roll on his armour, see if he's broken. Oh, it's an 8.
It's an 8.
It's a 6 and a 2 there, so that was very close. Now that it was pretty risky there, pretty risky by Dan, and it didn't really pay off for him. His ball carrier is completely open now to these 2 players. Now, so these 2 players aren't the most ideal at punching, but it at least gives me some options. Okay, so I've got some options here of getting to the ball carrier, but it kind of involves the 2 guys that I really don't want to get involved in the fight. I want them to be picking up the ball rather than trying to punch the ball. So what I ideally need to try and do is free up some of my players so my thrower can get in there and recover the ball. I've got this guy is free, he could potentially do the blitz, however I'd prefer to do it with a blitzer. Right, so I think I'm going to do a reasonably risky-ish play with the ogre first of all, to punch this black orc. So let's see if he's awake. He is awake. So this is a 2 die block.
Yes.
That is not the result that I wanted.
Who was that? Your ogre?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Let me just get that for the camera there. That's what he rolled.
yeah, which is the worst result. So that means that basically my ogre is either down by himself on the skull, or both players get knocked down. I really can't afford for that to happen.
Are you going to re-roll, sir?
I would like to re-roll, however he is a loner, so I need to roll a 4+ for him to re-roll. If I do not make this 4+, he's basically scored. Now this was a reasonably risky move to do first, but there was a high percentage that it was going to work until that happened. So 4+, no.
Oh.
So both players go down. So you're going to see the Orcs scoring now, or pretty soon. This is why we don't play with ogres first, because they always let you down. Big guys always let you down. So let's see if we break the Black Orc's armour. No, and you watch. Dan will break the ogre's armour and he will kill him now, because that's what happens.
No.
Oh no, he didn't.
Lucky.
Right.
Lucky.
Right, so it is now on to
Turn 5 for the
turn
Orcs.
5 for the Orcs. That was very, very bad for my humans.
Okay. Stay on that ball.
Just shows you with Blood Bowl. You've got to really prioritise your movements. I took a slight risk there, very slight risk, to try and make my potential of recovering the ball a lot easier. However, by taking that slight risk and failing, I've left myself completely open now. So it's going to be really hard for me to stop scoring. If I'd just gone with the 2 guys which I was thinking of recovering the ball, hitting the ball carrier with, I probably would have knocked the ball carrier down. The ball would have been loose here, which would have been hard for the Orcs to recover, and then I could have tried to recover it next turn. So I got a little bit greedy there and I got punished.
Right, okay. So I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to plop himself down there.
Sure you don't want to do 2 needless GFIs?
Nope, I am fine.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put a bit of cover on him there.
Rude.
It's fine. Okay. Stand him up. Good job, sir. Punching. Now, because the human ogre basically handed me this half, I'm going to punish the humans a little bit and kill somebody.
Sounds fair.
Would be rude not to. So I'm just going to 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Got to be a bit careful though. Bit careful. There are still players loose on the pitch. I'm just going to put this Black Orc 1, 2, 3, 4 onto that. As you can see, the players he didn't want to block with are now surrounded by nasty big guys, and they are going to punish. But first, we're going to hit Griff.
Who are you going to hit Griff with?
Him, obviously.
Who's got the kahunas?
Can I have some blocking dice, please?
No.
Okay, 2 dice. I want to see the POW. I want to see POW. Come on.
No pow.
POW.
Oof. He's
Block.
rolled exactly what I rolled. However, they both have the block skill, so it just means that nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, my blitzer on your blitzer. That's a 1 die block, so we won't do that one.
Yep, you don't want to do that.
He stood up.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to blitz.
Okay, who are you blitzing with?
This downed player,
Okay, he's going to jump.
and he's going to blitz into your catcher.
Okay, that's a 2 die.
Yes it is. Push.
Push.
Impressive. It's a pretty safe block, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I am going to push him that way and follow.
Okay.
This Black Orc
Mhm.
is going to smash your blitzer.
Okay.
2 die again, bit risky. That's a POW!
It's a
What
pow.
I needed.
Got
Okay,
him.
I'm going to smoosh him there,
Okay.
and I'm going to follow. And I'm going to take him off the pitch, please.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Told you not.
Okay, then the safer block of the the blitzer into your blitzer.
Okay.
2 die now because the assist is gone. Smoosh.
Yeah.
Into that nasty hole. Right there.
Fine.
Yes. And 5
Equals
7,
his armour, so it doesn't break it.
Nearly. Okay, he's going to now move 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that one. There.
Mm-hmm.
And that's every. Is it? Do I try a cheeky block?
A cheeky 1-dice.
Cheeky 1-dice with an unskilled lineman.
Good.
He is a threat. What's his movement?
Movement 7, but then he got 3 GFIs.
He can literally run all the way up the pitch and smash him. So I'm going to do it because, although he's got a lot of dodges to do, but you could. What's that? 3 up.
Yeah, 3 up, 2 up. It needs to. It's actually a 4 up as it is at the moment.
Agility 2.
Hmm?
Agility 2.
No, my guy's agility 4.
4, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so he's in 2 tackle zones. So it's basically +1 to your dodge roll for every tackle zone you're in. So he's in that tackle zone, he's in that tackle zone. So if he was to dodge there, this player, it would be +2 to the roll that he needs to get. So it'd actually be a 4 up for him to dodge into that square.
4 up, 2
Yeah.
up.
4 up and then a 2 up.
I'm going to punch him.
Okay.
Orcs don't hold back. He's standing there, he's frothing at the mouth, you can see him. There's players down around him, he's going to punch him. Come on. I've got to re-roll? Yeah.
Yep.
He's got dodge skill.
Yep.
I'm going to push him into there.
Okay.
And he's going to follow.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. I haven't got many players to turn round. In fact, I've got no players to turn round because none of them did anything. Nice going, guys. Right, this guy is going to stand up and turn around. This guy's going to stand up and turn around. I need to try and dig out some players that can get to the ball. Okay, we might need to see a star player earn his keep.
He's a very expensive player, so he's got to do something amazing.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll leave that till last. Okay, so this guy is going to stand up. As is this guy. Ooh.
Are you going to blitz with your ogre?
No, I'm not. The ogre is just going to see if he remembers how to stand up, which he does. If only he'd rolled that last turn, that would have meant that I wouldn't have failed my block. Potentially. Okay. So I'm a little bit in trouble. So I have a block here, which is a 1 die. Doesn't really help me do anything because all it will do is push that guy back into this square and still not free up this player. I could punch here, but that will be a 2 dice and Dan gets to choose the result, and again it wouldn't really help free up my star player. So I am thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go for it twice. Griff has got to do something bold here, but that's why he earns the big bucks. If I don't get that ball or anyone near that ball on this turn, it's over anyway. So I've got to do this. So this will be a 4-up dodge.
Ooh.
With a reroll because he's got the dodge skill. He doesn't need it. Into a 3-up dodge, which he doesn't need again because he's done it. Followed by a 2-up dodge because he's now not dodging into a tackle zone, which he's made. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is obviously my blitz on the ball carrier. I should have declared that beforehand, but it was obvious that that's what I was going to do. So he's now got to do 3 go for it rolls. So these are 3 2+s to then punch the ball carrier. So first one fails.
Oh.
Now he has got sure feet, so I get to re-roll that, which he does, and another 2+, which he does, and then the 2+ for the blitz. That was so close. So close. Right, okay. So he's strength 4 against a strength 3 piece, so this is 2 dice. I have the block skill as well. And he has sacked the ball carrier. So Griff has just earned his star player fee. What a legend. He has just defended that potential touchdown. So he is going to push back to I'm going to push him back to here, and I am going to follow up. Let's see if I can break his armour. The thrower is actually the weakest player in the Orc team. He's only got armour 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I've rolled a 7, so didn't break his armour, so that was close. Right, now we roll to see where the ball scatters. So our scatter template is here. We always just keep it in the one direction there, so Dan is trying to lift that up, so let's roll it up. It is a 3, so it has scattered onto the blitzer. So the blitzer can now attempt to make a catch, a bouncing ball, which is -1 on his agility. So a normal agility roll for him would be a 4+, just a flat unmodified agility roll would be a 4+. And then it's a 5+ because of the bouncing ball.
What about the fact he's in a tackle zone?
And he's in a tackle zone, so it will actually be a 6+.
6. He's got this. Oh, I thought it was
No.
a 6. It was rolling.
So no, I did see a 6 there for a second. Right, so it now scatters again. And it scatters 8, so it lands here.
Perfect.
So that is not ideal for me, but hey. That's what happens.
That's Blood Bowl.
That is Blood Bowl indeed. Still, I'm happy that the ball carrier got sacked, because Orcs aren't necessarily the greatest at picking up the ball.
No, they're not.
And the guy that needs to pick up the ball has now got a star player looming over him. So I need to try and pressurise that ball slightly. We'll just move Griff to show that he's been a complete and utter badass this turn. So with that ball being there, it is actually technically safer for Dan than it is for me because it's in one of his tackle zones, so I need to try and pressurise that. There is a big cluster of guys around the middle, so I need to try and free some of my players up. So the way I'm going to do that is my lineman here is going to take a step back and face off against this black orc. That then frees up my catcher to dodge into this square, which is just a 3-up dodge, and he's got the dodge skill, so I can re-roll this. Ooh. Which is fine. He is then going to move to this square for his second movement, and his third movement he's going to dodge here, which is a 3+, which he's done.
Oh no.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he is now putting a tackle zone on the ball. So not only has Dan got to worry about having Griff here, he's got to try and blitz this guy off the ball. Okay, so my next action, I've basically got 2 more things which I can do, none of which are ideal. This guy needs to try and escape some way. which would be a 4+ dodge here, 3+ dodge to try and run round this way. The slightly safer thing to do first, however, is probably punch with this guy into this black orc. So this is my blitzer into a black orc. It is a 1-die block because of this assist I'm getting, so they're technically both strength 4, but I have got the block skill.
Crazy!
Yeah, it's a little bit risky. It doesn't really help, but if I was to fail, these guys would all still be tied up, so it doesn't really, so I would actually benefit more from, even if it failed for me, it wouldn't be as bad as you know, the positive result that I could get out of it. So I think I'm going to do that.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, I technically rolled a 6. I've rolled a POW. So the black orc goes crashing down into this square. I am going to follow up. Boop. And let's roll to see if I break his armour, which I don't, because Orc's armour is very, very strong. Right. Now, do I do some dodging? This is turn 5. I have 2 re-rolls left. He's going to get punched and they're going to be free anyway next turn. Whereas if I move him out, yes, they're all going to be free, but there'll be another tackle zone on the ball potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, go for it. We'll just tie him up. Okay, so I'm going to do that 4 up. She's failed. I'm going to re-roll that. And she's done.
Oh no.
Into a 3 up. It's alright, this one will fail. You know it will. Oh no, he's done it. So, what a star this guy is. My humans are like elves when it comes down to dodging. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need to do 2 go for it. Or do I just do the 1? No, I'm going to go for it there. And then I'm going to go for it there. Yes. Okay, so that is now my turn over. Yeah, these have all activated. Yeah, these have all activated. So yeah, that is my turn over. So we're on to Orc's turn 6.
Just like to point out, I've played Robin a few times, and this is the point in the game where he gets the ball and then somehow scores a touchdown. Even though it looks impossible, that's what's going to happen, I guarantee it, unless something lucky comes off here.
From out of nowhere.
From out of nowhere! Yeah. Right, okay. I'm going to stand him up, and I'm just going to sit him there. I've got to really think here. Okay. 2 tackle zone on the ball, 1 person in scoring position.
So the person that's in scoring position is this guy. So he really needs to try and get rid of these 2 players, well, all 3 of these players, to make it easy for this guy to score. However, he's not going to be able to do that with the amount of blitzes and blocks that you're allowed to do. So I'm forcing him into either picking up the ball in a tackle zone if he wants to score this turn, or performing a dodge or a couple of dodges, something like that. So there's no easy score here. So if he was to score, he'd be riding his luck a little bit.
I'm going to perform a block, and it's 2 die.
Okay.
It's going to be a black orc onto the blitzer.
Okay.
2 dice because they all cancel each other out. I need some dice, please. So, could have given you green ones.
Nah.
Right. So the black orc is going to hit here. Now, he doesn't count because he's in tackle zone, and neither does his. Them 2 are in tackle zones. Strength 4 against strength 3. He makes it strength 4 versus 4, and then he makes it 5 versus 4. So it's 2 die. However, he's got block. So we need a push or better. Oh yes, that's perfect. Perfect. Right. I'm gonna do a bit of. He's got to go there.
He's got to go.
It's
there.
the only place he can go, so he's got to go there.
You gonna follow?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Break his armour.
Yes, please.
Oof.
Oh, it's a 3.
So 7 in total, so it doesn't break his armour.
Okay. Right, so this guy is just going to move here. I need the assists on him. He needs to be negated in what I'm about to do. So, he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th movement on the blitz on the catcher.
Okay.
Okay. No dodges made. Let's get him out of play. 2 die. Strength 3 versus strength 2. Let's do it.
So you got him.
Pow. I'm going to pow him over there.
So that was the reason why Dan could have actually blitzed and hit him here, but then if he hadn't have knocked him down, my catcher still would have been covering the ball. So Dan decided to move as an extra square, which meant that he had to bring in an extra assist. However, he was able to then punch him away.
And it's going to be a follow. So, let's break his armour. What is the armour? 7?
Armour 7.
7. Oh, this is good.
It's my wood guy.
He's gone.
That would have broke anyone's armour, including the ogre.
Let's get him off the field. Oh, he's stunned.
He's just stunned.
That's good enough. It takes him out of the next turn.
Yep.
So, I'm going to block here to there.
Okay.
He is a lineman.
He's my thrower.
He's your thrower. Okay, that's even better. So, 2 die.
Yeah. He's got him.
Pow. Let's
So defender stumbles, so you can just knock him down.
push him over there. He's gonna stay. Thrower's armor is
8.
8. Oof, nearly. Okay, so I've freed up the ball, but now I can't score this turn.
Nope.
Which is bad, but there's only one person who's really a threat, so I'm going to move him.
Yep.
1, 2, 3 on the ball for 4.
Oh, yeah.
Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Come on. Let's pick it up.
Yeah, he's got the ball.
Just 5, 6.
Yep.
Turn him around. This guy doesn't really like carrying the ball, so I'm just going to pop it on the back of his base. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to block across that way. Just clearing up some human players, taking them down off the field if I can. Just to prevent any long range movement up this end of the pitch. So 2 die. He's got no skills.
Got no skills.
He's powered him down, so he's going to go down there, follow it up. Let's break this guy's armour. Nope. He's going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing. He is going to block. Yeah. Lineman versus Black Orc. Pow! Let's push him that way and follow. Let's get some armor breaks. Come on. Nope.
Nope.
Close. 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 Close.
Right, so we're getting towards the end of the half, and we're only playing the one half in this game. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so again, my star player has got to earn his cash, which he's more than capable of doing. But first of all, let's turn around all my players. This was a bad result for me, really. It makes it awkward for me to get the ball clear. So I'm going to stand up this guy. Stand up this guy. This guy's going to stand up too, my lineman, just to take another punch, because that's what linemen are there for, really. I've got a similar problem to what Dan had. Needed to do multiple things with like 1 or 2 players. So I need to first of all obviously knock the ball carrier down, scatter the ball, but then I need to recover the ball. If I recover the ball with Griff, then it is reasonably safe. However, it's not moving up the pitch and we're running out of turns. So I could do with having maybe a thrower sort of there to support him, but my thrower is obviously deep in some tackle zones. So I haven't got many great options. So I think my first thing which I'm going to have to do to try and get that ball is to blitz with my star player Griff. He's got all the gold shiny armour, so you know, he's good at this type of thing. So he's going to dodge out here, so that's a 2+ re-rollable because of his dodge skill. He doesn't need it, so that's 1, 2, 3, and this is a 2-die block, so I'm strength 4. And I've knocked him down.
Oh, the best result in the game.
Yeah.
The best result in the
Boom.
course.
That's like rolling boxcars. Boom. Right, so I'm not going to follow up. Let's see where that ball scatters. Actually, sorry, let's see if we can break his armour first of all. Nope. Let's see where that ball scatters. Now, I really want it to scatter anywhere around here, so I haven't got to dig it out of a million tackle zones. And it's a 2, so yeah, of course, it lands in a million tackle zones.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. So, this is Griff Oberwald. It's only a 5
It's only a 5.
pickup.
It's only a 5 roll.
Yeah, it's only a 5 roll. It's easy, easy.
And he's got to dodge into the ball.
Yeah, so no, I'm not going to do that.
But it's Griff.
It is Griff. See, if it had landed there or there, I would have maybe attempted something, but a 5-up pickup is not great. Whereas if it had landed there or there, because it would have only been in 1 tackle zone, it would have been a 3+ for him to pick it up, which, you know, is fairly doable. So I am just going to use the rest of my movement to move here, just so I've got a tackle zone, and I've got the guy that most likely wants to pick up the ball because he's got built-in re-roll for picking up the ball, tying him up. So that is Griff's action. Could have been better, but you know, we can't blame him for a poor bounce, can we? We can't blame him for that.
Could have hit him harder, he would have bounced the other way.
The ogre hasn't had an action yet, actually, has he?
Nope.
This blitzer is going to punch the black orc. It is only a 1-die block, but it is probably worth doing.
No.
Boom!
No.
So he gets smashed, and I am not following up. So that is that blitzer. Let's see if I can get through his armour. It'd be lovely if I could. So it's a 7, so that is not through. So that frees up this blitzer, so I can run back and put some more pressure on that ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just to make it awkward for him. We'll go there. I think I've just got to stand up my thrower to get punched in the mouth. So let's do that, because it ties up this black orc, which I don't want to be receiving a blitz from. He's unlikely to be a scoring threat, but I've got to try and get him out of the game for the next turn. Okay, so next I'm going to use my ogre. So let's see if he boneheads. No, he is fine. He is on his best behaviour at the moment. After that poor performance a few turns ago, he's going to punch this black orc into next week.
Yes, he is.
Yep, so he has smashed him really hard. And he is going to follow up there. So let's see if I penetrate his armour. He's got Mighty Blow, so a +1 to this dice result if needed, which it does. So that's an 8, 9. Oh, his armour is 9, so I don't break his armour there. I was getting
the excitement.
getting a little bit excited there, a little bit excited.
Armour 9, mate. He's fine.
Armour 9, mate. Armour 9. Okay, right. So the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to perform a dodge with this blitzer.
Ooh.
And it's a 3, so he passes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Let me just point out, this here is the beginning of him getting the ball from there to there to there. That's, I'm telling you, he's got 2 turns and I guarantee it's going to be there by the end.
Right, so the last thing is my guy is going to wake himself up slightly, so he is only now stunned. So that is now on to the Orcs turn 7.
Turn 7, 2 turns. I can do this. It's not very far away, so I'm going to stand him up for 3 and move him in for 1.
So that's all his movement gone.
That's all of his movement gone. He's not blitzing, I need that elsewhere. Same with this guy, he's just going to stand up. That punch didn't hurt too hard. Do it again, I dare you. Right, I need to get some pressure on this. So the only guy free is him, so he can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close enough. I'm not going to risk the reroll. I feel I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. I know I am. Right, okay. Okay. I'm going to stand him up for 3. 4, 5, 6. That's his movement. Right, I'm going to perform a blitz. It's coming from here.
Okay.
So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, and he's going to blitz Griff.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to blitz him from there. Doesn't matter how far he moved about 4 places here.
Yeah.
Fend stops it, so all I need is the push.
Okay.
All I need is a push. Not dub skulls,
Dub skulls.
not both down,
Both down.
just a push. So I don't need a 1 or a 2, I need 3, 4, 5 or 6. Come on. It's push. That's the push. Push him over there. Can't follow because of fend. You know what's going to happen. I'm working this out in my head and there's some GFIs coming in here.
Yeah, there is. If you want to score,
Yes,
it is probable that you will score this turn.
The problem I have here, right, there's a tackle zone on this square here. But I need to move that way away from Griff. So I need to potentially punch this guy out. But unfortunately, that's a 1 dice block. I can't put anyone in a tackle zone because I need to use that square. So, and I've used my blitz, so I need to try and get him out of the way, which is a 2 die with no skills. I don't want to use my reroll because I need to pick up the ball and I need to do a GFI, or 2 potentially. Depends. If he picks up the ball, he might need a reroll here, he might need a reroll here. If he uses it, he's got to do 2 GFIs over there. So, I got a choice. The Black Orc is going to block the Blitzer. It's a 2 die, no skills. I need a push again. A push, just a push.
The tension is mounting.
Yeah, push, that'll do me. So the Black Orc on the Blitzer, Pals. That's
Oh,
perfect.
he smashed him.
So he's going to smash him down there.
He's really fired up for that one.
He's going to
Punched
stay.
him real good.
Let's break some armor, please. Nope.
Nope.
That's 4. Now I can move him here. Or 3 up, 2 up, or 3 up, rerollable, 2 up, 2 up. You gotta go for the least amount, haven't you? So he's gonna move 1, 2 for the assist. Blocking dice, please. So the blitzer on that blitzer, again, just a push. Anything, just a push. Yeah.
Got it.
Piled him down. He is gonna stay. Doesn't really matter. This is touchdown or bust, basically. Break his armor. Nope. Okay. Yeah, right. So we're gonna pick up the ball. 1.
So 3+ into a 3+. He's got it.
6. So he's got the ball. I'll just hold that there, just because it's hard to get on his base. So that was 1.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it.
Yeah. So a 2+ with a reroll to score.
Looking down. Come on.
And he's got it.
That's a touchdown. Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant.
So because Dan scored, we now reset, and I have 2 turns left in this half to try and equalise. So we'll just reset that, and we'll be back to you in a second. Okay, so because the Orcs just scored against me, they now kick the ball to me, so I am receiving. It is now my turn 7, so I have 2 turns to score. The Orcs set up their defensive line first, and they have gone very aggressive, just trying to create a brick wall. It's going to be very hard for me to break down. However, if I do get through, there's quite a high chance that I will be able to score with a passing play. So just so it's clear on the camera, we have a Black Orc, which is strength 4 here, a Blitzer, Black Orc, Blitzer, Lineman, Star Player, Lineman, Blitzer, Black Orc, Blitzer, Black Orc. So it's going to be very hard for me to break through that. So I have weighted a lot of my offense on this side of the pitch. So I have my Ogre here, just on the edge of the screen, and the plan for him is I'm going to have to blitz. I need his strength in this blitz. He will blitz through the Black Orc, allowing my players to sweep round. I've only got the one guy hanging back as the thrower, and he is going to be able to retrieve the ball. It's kind of an all or nothing offense that I've gone for. I've only got 2 turns to score, so I'm going to have to try and make something work quite quickly. But Dan has placed the ball on my thrower to kick it. So do you want to kick that for me, Dan?
It's going to land back there. That'd be nice. Okay.
So it has scattered 2, which is this direction, and it's gone 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Right, now we need to roll on the kickoff table. So that'll be 2d6.
6. That's a 9.
So that's a 9.
That's a quick snap. So all the players on the receiving team are allowed to move 1 square. This is a free move and may be moved into any adjacent empty square, ignoring tackle zones, and it may also be used to enter the opposing half of the pitch. Basically, one of the worst results I could have got.
Yeah, this is the perfect result for me. This is exactly what I wanted. The reason for that is it means that I don't have to use my blitz to clear these guys. I can actually just punch them. So that was really, really useful for me. So I'm really, really pleased with that.
Oh yeah, move before I bounce.
So I'm going to move my Ogre up, I'm going to move Griff. I'm going to move him here. He is going to move. Okay, so this is the positioning after the quick snap. So I've kept these two where they were. I need them to drop back and create some more coverage for the ball. Everything else on this side has moved more aggressively over. So my ogre now does not need to blitz here. He can just punch that black orc straight away. The Griff has moved up as well to add an assist, and he can sort of punch or blitz out should he need to, and that will free up my two catchers quite nicely. One thing we didn't mention in the setup is my lineman failed to recover from his KO, but fortunately I had a second catcher on the bench anyway, so I would have usually in this scenario brought on two catchers anyway, so it's really no skin off my nose that he didn't actually come in the end anyway. Right, so I'm
going to bounce the ball.
Yeah, Dan's going to bounce the ball now.
6. Back a square.
So it goes back a square there. Right, okay. So first things first, let's have a think. I'm going to have to do some risky plays here, but it is to potentially get a 2-turn touchdown, so sometimes you've got to do some slightly risky things, and the risky thing I'm thinking about is blocking first with an ogre. Always makes me nervous, because they never behave, and he has been reasonably well behaved this half so far, so he is due to start misbehaving, so you can guarantee it's when you most need it. Let's see what the ogre does. So obviously he's going to be blocking the black orc, so let's see if he's a bonehead. That is a 3, so he is not a bonehead, and he is going to now block, and he's not going to knock himself down. He's going to knock the black orc down, hopefully. Yes, he's managed to knock him down, so that is the perfect result for me. So he has punched the black orc, and he is going to am I going to follow up? Yeah, I'm going to follow up there. So let's roll to see if I break the black orc's armor. This would be lovely, but no, he doesn't, not even with his mighty blow. So next action, I'm going to drop this guy back into coverage over the ball. The ogre is going to turn around and show he's activated, and this blitzer is also going to move into coverage because I get a bit nervous. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go for the ball already. So 1, 2, 3, pick up the ball. So this is a 3 up, followed by a 3 up if I fail. He's got the ball, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and I am declaring a pass to this guy. So for a pass, we have a range ruler. So you measure the distance, and there are different sections which tells you how difficult the pass is. So anything in this section is actually a 3+ pass. Anything in this section is a 4+ pass. He has got the pass skill, so I do get to re-roll, but I could do a go for it. 2 go for it would actually reduce it to a 3+ pass, so it's either a 4+ or a 2+, 2+, 3+. So I think I'm going to go straight for the 4+, or do I? Okay, so I've taken a minute to think about that then, because a 4+ re-rollable, I think is statistically more likely to happen because you're rolling less dice. So although it sounds harder, I'm pretty sure it's going to be easier. So I'm going to go for the option which is generally the best option in Blood Bowl, which is to roll less dice. So let's see if we can get this pass on a 4+, which I do on a 5. So that was great. So the ball now travels across to the catcher, and now the catcher has to catch the ball. So the catcher has the catch skill. It'd be rubbish if he didn't. So he has got to catch on a 3+, and again, if he fails, he can re-roll that. So let's see if we can get the 3+. And I've just rolled that off the table, so let's roll that again, and we've rolled a 4. So the catcher manages to catch the ball, which is absolutely fantastic. This play is still on. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do, I need to free up a channel for my catcher to run down. So Griff is going to declare a blitz. So he's going to blitz this blitzer and then run upfield as some support. So this will be a 2-die block because he is technically strength 5 against a strength 3. So let's see if we can knock this blitzer down. And yes, fortunately I do. So he is going to be punched on just behind the other guy. He's going to follow up, so that's his one movement. Let's see if we can break his armour. It would be really useful if I did. And he does. Oh, he breaks the armour. This play is going well so far. And he's even taken him off the pitch. KO, yeah. He has KO'd him. So Griff Oberwald has certainly earned his fee in this game.
Has Griff got Mighty Blow?
Griff hasn't got Mighty Blow, no.
Okay, it's just a KO.
No, he's like an elfy human. So that's 1, and then I will go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That leaves the catcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the catcher is now here, and he is in scoring position. He has assistance, so this is looking quite good. The next thing I want to do is giving him even more support. We're going to try and flood that backfield, give the Orcs something to worry about. So this blitzer is going to punch this lineman, and he has an assist from the catcher. So that'll be a 2-die block. And I managed that my dice have now got really hot. So I've rolled effectively a double 6 there with 2 POWs. So I'm going to follow that up. Let's see if we can break this guy's armour as well. No, we don't. Okay, so that has freed up my other catcher. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So he's going to basically be running interference, so no player can really get round here very easily to the ball carrier. In fact, I'm going to stick him there just to make it a little bit more awkward, because I don't want this blitzer being able just to run up here. He's now got to take a longer path. So that is a little bit more support there. Next thing I am going to do is do you know what, I don't think I'm going to do anything else, because everything else is quite risky, and at the moment I've tied down a lot of the Orcs which can pressurise the ball. So I'm quite happy with the positions there. So I'll just turn everybody around to demonstrate that they have all completed their action, apart from these 2 guys, because obviously they're run down pitch and they're awesome. So yeah, we're on to Orcs turn 8. So this is the final turn for the Orcs this half to try and defend against the equalising score.
Right, so we'll stand up the linemen. This is pretty much going to be a touchdown. There is very little I can do to defend against it. There's one player who can potentially tackle him, and that's him, but he's got a long way to go. Plus, I need to free him up a little bit. So we're going to start here, and we're going to block across onto the Blitzer. 2 dice. Yep, 2 dice. So
he's
pow,
managed to get him.
He's going down. He's going down that way. Can I get a dice, please?
Yep.
Break his armor. Not that it matters too much at this point. And oh,
he's managed to break his armor.
Smooshed him.
He's hit him real bad.
And
okay, so now because he managed to break his armor naturally, just beat his armor on the 2 dice roll. Mighty Blow, which is the skill that this star player has, enables you to +1 to the injury roll. So he's rolled a 9, which is technically now a 10. So a 10 actually injures this player, so he's off the pitch. He's going to play no more part in this game. Now, if we were playing league play, you would roll you would roll dice again. You would roll a D8 and a D6 to see what the injury result was. So let's just do that for fun. So it's a 6 and a 5. So that means that this guy has actually been killed in this game. So yeah, that was a pretty brutal block, but it was from the star player. So both star players are earning their money in this game. So yeah, that was pretty brutal.
That is a dead result. So brilliant. Okay, so now is that just a lineman?
Just a lineman.
Just a lineman. Black Orc on the lineman. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't really get any extra help. That would be 3 die to guarantee it. Or is it more than double? Is it double or more than double?
More than double.
More than double, so it wouldn't matter. So, just 2 die then. Anything but a skull? Yes. So, poop. We'll follow. Get him out of the way. Let's break some more armour. Another dead result, that's what we want. Oh! That's 2 6s, just
2 6s.
so you see there.
So roll on the injury roll.
And he's injured.
He's actually knocked out.
He's knocked out.
So yeah, this is what tends to happen in Blood Bowl. You suddenly start breaking armour and the attrition starts kicking in.
We're only playing the 1 half, so for me, if we were going into 2 halves, I'm in a good position now. He's got 3 players out. 2 could potentially come back, but
one of the players which is out permanently for this game is actually one of my stronger players.
Yeah.
They're what you refer to as positional pieces, because he comes with a built-in skill being a blitzer, and he's one of my faster players. So that's a big blow to lose that guy, particularly if this was league play. To lose a blitzer in your opening game, that is a massive blow, because they're one of your most expensive players in your starting roster, apart from your ogre.
That'd be not good. So, golden rule of Blood Bowl, let's do the least amount of dice. So I need to hit that player. I've got to do it now, because if I do anything over here, I could potentially blow my rerolls. I've got 2 left, but I can only use 1 because there's only this 1 turn. So, we're going to move 1, 2, 3 into the tackle zone.
Yep.
4 out of it.
Yep.
Which
so
is a
3
3
plus
up.
dodge.
That's 4.
3 plus.
Then he'll be going 5.
Yep.
6.
Yep.
GFI for the blitz.
Yep. So a 3 plus 2 plus.
3 plus.
So he's made the
6.
3 plus.
So
now needs to do the 2 plus.
we'll go 5,
there.
6. It's a 1. It's a 1. It's a 1.
Always the way, always the way.
So
he's
we'll
blown his last
reroll.
reroll.
It's a 3.
It's a 3, so he's
He's
made
made
it. So this is now a 2 die block on my ball carrier.
got what I needed.
And he's managed to knock him down on a POW, which is one of the only results which would have knocked that guy down.
I'm going to elect for the block result.
Okay.
The both down.
Okay.
Because I don't want to push the ball forwards anymore. He'd have to go here. So I'm going to put him down where he is.
Okay.
Hopefully the ball scatters favourably. So I'll break his armour. 7. almost broke the armour. And then we're going to bounce the ball. 8. So it's going that way.
Yeah, so
to the edge of the
directly
pitch.
next to the blitzer there.
So that was 1 GFI. I could try and pick up the ball in the hope that it bounces out if I don't, and then gets kicked somewhere over the field.
It wouldn't be a bad play.
So I'm going to try and GFI to pick up the ball. It's made it.
So he needs to try and pick up the ball. On
So
a 3+.
on a 3+, if I fail, it's not too bad as long as it goes off the pitch.
He's got the ball.
Got the ball.
So he's making it hard for me.
Okay. So what can I do now to mess up? So I'm going to stand up this Black Orc. He's moved. Right, let's free up a Blitzer. Yep.
Yep.
Turn him around. So Black Orc here on a lineman. 2 dice. Oh, both down.
And you've used your reroll.
And I've used my reroll. So
they both go crashing
going
down to the floor.
He's going down. It's not so bad. I didn't think I'd get that far, so anything's a bonus.
So he breaks the armour. This is getting brutal this turn.
Stunned.
Okay, so the lineman is stunned, and I'm going to see if I break the armour of the Black Orc, which I do.
He does.
What
This
a
is
devastating
intense.
tackle that one was.
It's all happening.
And he is knocked out.
Knocked
So
out
that
off
is a
the
Black
pitch.
Orc off the pitch. Get out of here.
all happening in turn 8.
It certainly is. Right, so it's now my turn 8. This is tricky. This is tricky. He has not made it easy for me. Still have 1 reroll left. But I've got to do all my play through Griff overall again. So I think, as Dan said in his last turn, you want to roll as little dice as possible. So I'm going to declare a Blitz round here with Griff. So he's going to 1, 2, 3. And he is going to do a 2-die block on the Blitzer. Hopefully I'll knock him down, which I do. So I don't want the ball scattering off the pitch at this stage. So I want the ball to stay inbound. I'm not going to follow up with Griff because I don't really want him to catch it. However, do I? So it was 3, 4. If it was to land there, 5, 6, 7. So he could actually still score. So it wouldn't be terrible for Griff to follow up there. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we break the armour first of all. This is turning absolutely brutal. He's broken the armour. That is a 10. Let's see if Griff managed to injure somebody. No, he is just stunned. So it doesn't really matter in this. So let's roll to see where the ball scatters. So it scatters off the prone player. And it scatters 8, which is right here. So that is out of Griff's range now. So what I need to do is move Griff back. So he needs to move 1, 2. And then that should hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with 1 GFI. Ooh. 1 GFI. So I need a 3+, followed by a 2+, to equalise the game. So let's just go straight for that. So 3+ to pick up the ball here, which I pass on a 6. So we're running into the end zone now. Put in there so you can see him better on the camera. So it's just the one go for it or GFI roll, which is a 2+. So 2+ for the equalise. Can we do it?
Yeah,
yes, we can.
Of course he does.
So that is the last play of the half, and in fact of the game, and the humans have managed to pull back a draw in the dying seconds of the first half. So we hope you enjoyed that, guys. That was just a quick sort of tutorial of Blood Bowl. We are planning on doing more Blood Bowl footage on the channel now. We've got a few teams painted up. We'd love to hear your feedback of how you liked that video. Did you like the format? Any suggestions that you can make? Obviously we're open to anything. We'll try and get a slightly better camera angle. This was the best that we could do with the length of cable and everything like that we've got, so we'll try and get that sorted for the next one. But yeah, we'd love to hear your comments below, and remember to give us a like on the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and we will see you in the next one.